friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. So finally, after many days, we have an auspicious transit, that is the transit of Jupiter or Guru into the sign of Taurus or Vrushabh from 1st May 2024 to 14th May 2025. So on 1st May 2024 at 1:50 p.m. IST, Jupiter will enter into Taurus. So this is how the chart looks once Jupiter enters into Taurus. You can see the purple square showing the letters JU representing Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Now first, let us understand what is the sign of Taurus. The sign of Taurus is the natural second house in the zodiac belt, and it represents resources, it represents wealth, it represents securing resources, it represents finances, and it is ruled by Venus or Shukra. Now, what is Jupiter or Guru? Jupiter or Guru is a teacher. He represents higher learning, divine wisdom, optimism. Jupiter is the Karka for wealth, happiness, children, and all kinds of auspicious things that happen in our day-to-day life. Now, wherever Jupiter sits, he tends to bring about an expansion in the auspicious results associated with that house. So now Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is India's ascendant, and therefore the presence of Jupiter here shows that in the coming times a person with divine wisdom will start leading this country. That is the first interpretation of having Jupiter in the Taurus ascendant for India. Now Taurus is a sign which is associated with food also, and Jupiter brings about an expansion here. Taurus is associated with security of resources. This means that in the coming year, the FMCG stocks or food related stocks will gain in price in the market. So one indication is that the FMCG sector and stocks associated with this sector will soon increase in value. Now Taurus is also associated with wealth and finances, and Jupiter is associated with the metal gold. So the presence of Jupiter in Taurus shows that gold prices will also increase after May 2024 again. Now Jupiter represents our moral values, it represents our religious beliefs, it also represents spirituality. And now Jupiter is occupying a Venusian sign or the sign ruled by Shukra. Now we know that Guru and Shukra have opposite ideologies. Shukracharya is the Guru of demons, Brihaspati is the Guru of Devas. And therefore Jupiter's presence in the sign of Taurus indicates lot of religious conflicts in India in the coming year. Although India will grow economically, India will do well in many sectors, there will be religious disputes across the country, is what this placement of Jupiter shows. Jupiter also represents rules. Jupiter represents guidelines and principles, and being in India's ascendant, it means many new rules, many new guidelines, laws, principles will come into effect, which will help India to progress further. Now, what are the signs with Jupiter aspects? Jupiter aspects the sign of Virgo or Kanya, where Ketu is present. Jupiter aspects the sign of Scorpio or Vrishicka, and Jupiter also aspects the sign of Makar or Capricorn. So these signs will benefit from Jupiter's aspect. Whichever area Capricorn, Scorpio or Kanya rule in your chart, those areas will see some kind of expansion, some kind of good things happening there. But for the Scorpio ascendant or the Vrishik Rashi or the Vrishik Lagna, this is a bit tricky because the Vrishik Rashi receives the 10th aspect of Saturn, it receives the 7th aspect of Jupiter, and it also receives the 9th aspect of Rahu. And Scorpio is a sign which is associated with hidden things, buried things, secrets and transformations. So people having a Scorpio ascendant, people having the Scorpio moon sign or Vrishik Rashi, those people will experience lot of changes in their life, both positive and negative, because of this transit. New partnerships will be beneficial for the Scorpio ascendant. However, there could be problems related to investments. There could be fights with your loved ones because the 5th house, that is the sign of Pisces, has an Angarak yoga. That is the Mars Rahu conjunction. So the Scorpio ascendant is going to receive mixed results during this time frame. Now we should also look at the dispositor of the sign in which Jupiter is placed. So the sign of Taurus is ruled by Venus, where Jupiter is placed. So Venus becomes the dispositor of Jupiter. And Venus is placed in 12th from where Jupiter is placed, in conjunction with the Sun, which again indicates that in India there will be religious conflicts, religious disputes, even riots due to religious issues. Trouble from hidden enemies, people based out of foreign countries trying to create religious disputes in India will happen. Now, in which nakshatra is Jupiter transiting? So Jupiter is transiting in the last two padas of the Kritika nakshatra initially, and Kritika nakshatra is ruled by the Sun. The Sun is placed in its exaltation sign of Aries. Sun's placement in Aries shows that new inventions will happen in the medical sector. Medical sector will progress in a big way in the coming year. Now remember that Kritika nakshatra represents fire. It also represents cutting away certain things, and when Jupiter is in Kritika, this indicates religious disputes. So all these things point towards religious disputes in India in the coming months because of this placement. Now you can see the Angarak Yoga, that is the Mars Rahu conjunction, is formed in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter. Pisces represents the ocean, and you cannot look at Jupiter in isolation. You also have to see what planets are placed in the houses ruled by Jupiter. So this Mars Rahu conjunction in the sign of Pisces, that indicates some kind of battle or disturbances on the sea. Pisces represents the ocean, Mars represents war, Rahu represents amplification of the war or fire. So a battle on the oceans is seen taking place because of this Mars Rahu conjunction after 14th May 2024. Now another way to look at this is Mars also represents the blood flowing through our body. Rahu represents corruption of that blood, or Rahu represents contamination or disease. Pisces is the 12th sign in the zodiac belt. It represents the hospital or isolation. So, this conjunction of Mars Rahu in the sign of Pisces can bring about diseases related to blood, and it can also bring about wars on the seas and a lot of loss of life due to a new disease that affects the bloodstream or the platelets or the WBCs or RBCs within the human body. So, a new disease that affects the bloodstream can be anticipated in the coming year. It may not be a pandemic, but there will be a disease on a large scale. Now, because this Angarak Yoga is happening in the third house from Capricorn, which rules China's ascendant, it means China could attack a neighboring country via the sea route in this time period. The sign of Pisces also represents spirituality. The Angarak Yoga here shows religious disputes or disputes at spiritual places. Now let us study the ascendant wise effect of Jupiter transit in Taurus. So for the Aries ascendant, this transit will increase your finances. Your family relationships will be very good in this time period. You will get support from family members. Sudden gain of wealth is indicated in this time period. But because the Angarak Yoga is in your 12th house, you need to be a bit careful with respect to your health. Expenses on health are also indicated in this time period. Now for the Taurus ascendant, this transit is going to bring about a major transformation in your finances. Your finances will increase. Your friend circle will increase in this time period. You will be associated with good people, and you will also get good opportunities for gaining higher knowledge, divine wisdom, and associating yourself with spiritual people. However, the Angarak Yoga in the 11th house can cause a fight within your friend circle or with your close friends or elder sibling. So on that front, you need to be careful. Now for the Gemini ascendant or the Mithun Lagna, this may cause you to travel to a distant place or a foreign land because of job related activities or due to some work or due to some business partnerships. However, this travel will benefit you. It will give you a higher learning. Only thing is, your expenses may be on the higher side in this time period. In your work front, that is in your 10th house, there is an Angarak Yoga being formed. So at the workplace, try to avoid fights with colleagues or with bosses, because that can cause some problems to you. Also, since Jupiter is transiting your 12th house, it will give you travel to spiritual places in distant lands. For Cancer ascendant or Kark Lagna, it will bring about an increase in your income, but health of your father or your gurus or your teachers can suffer in this time period. For the Leo ascendant or Siva Lagna, this can bring about a change in your job or your work routine, and this will be a sudden change. You can gain from financial investments in this time. You will also get good opportunities for higher learning. For the Kanya Lagna or the Virgo ascendant, if you wish to buy a new house a new vehicle, this is the right time to do it. Jupiter in Taurus will support you, will cause an increase in your finances. The area where you need to be careful is with respect to your love life, your relationship with your spouse or partner. There could be fights and arguments there. But if you wish to buy a new home, this is the right time. Now, for the Libra ascendant or Tula Lagna, this transit can bring you trouble from hidden enemies. Your relationship, especially with your siblings, can be a bit problematic in this time period. Jupiter in your 8th house can get you interested in occult sciences, in healing sciences such as astrology, Reiki. So, if you wish to learn any of this, it will prove to be to your benefit. Jupiter in Taurus here shows also that you may suddenly gain a huge amount of wealth, either through insurance or through inheritance. Now, for the Scorpio ascendant or the Vrishicka Lagna, you could face challenges in relationship with your children during this time period. Wealth will increase, finances will be good. However, on the investment front, you need to be very careful. You can make some losses unknowingly, and you can also have some health issues in this time period, because there is a mix of aspects on the sign of Scorpio. There is the auspicious aspect of Jupiter, but there is also the malefic aspect of Saturn and Rahu. So, this transit will give you mixed results. Not everything will be good for you. Now, for the Sagittarius ascendant or the Dhanu Lagna, property related disputes can bother you in this time period. Take care of the health of your mother in this time period. Serving gurus, serving small animals will benefit you greatly in this time period. Now, for the Capricorn ascendant or Makar Lagna, this transit is extremely good for you. You are going to make gains due to the past investments done by you, especially if you have invested in gold, metal, or FMCG stocks, is what this transit shows. Relationship with siblings can become a bit problematic. Certain neighbors can create problems for you in this time period. So, on that front, you need to be very careful. Now, for the Aquarius ascendant or Kumbh Lagna, this transit will give you a lot of gains financially, but within your family, certain disputes, certain fights can happen, and that can disturb your peace of mind. So, that is one area you need to be very careful. This period can also give you gains through real estate or property investments. Now, for the Pisces ascendant or Meen Lagna, this transit will give you short distance travels due to career reasons, due to work related reasons. Relationship with siblings will be good in this time period. However, you need to take care of your own health as well as the health of your father in this time period. Financially, this transit is good for you, but on the health front, you need to be careful. Now, coming to China, in China, the real estate crisis will increase in this time period. China is most likely to attack a neighboring country in this time period via the sea route, is what is seen very clearly. Now, coming to US, the US is definitely going to get involved in a war on the seas or the oceans. The Angarak Yoga will cause USA to get involved in a battle on the seas or the oceans very soon. In the Gulf region, countries such as Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, those countries will get embroiled in a major conflict with Israel very soon. Attack by terrorists based out of the countries to the northwest of India, such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, and the proxies of Iran, will increase during this time period, is what is very clearly seen. So friends, I'll stop here. Hope you liked this video. For any queries, write to us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com and we'll be glad to assist you. You may also visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care and stay safe. We'll see you soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourself, your family, and stay safe.